Hello guys and welcome back. This is Chloro here and this is part 2 of my Shaman PvP guide. I am so sorry that this is so late. What happened was the PTR got announced for 5.2 and I wanted to wait to put part 2 of this guide up for the gems, enchants, and reforges until I knew what gems and enchants we are going to use in 5.2. So I had this all sorted out. These are basically what they're going to be used in 5.2. I don't really see any changes. There may be a new change after I put up this video. If there is, I will let you guys know. This is what I'm going to be using in 5.2 unless there's any changes. So let's just jump right in. Okay, for the meta gem that I use this one right here, the plus 432 spirit and the 3% increased critical effect. I really like this one the best for PvP because it offers you that spirit and we don't gem spirit, so it's kind of hard to get that mana regen, so I use it in my meta. I get it. So this is what I use. I use however you pronounce that word. I'm not even going to try because I would end up messing that up because that's a lot of letters. So this is the meta gem I use, guys, but I also recommend another one. You can use this one, the Ember Primal Diamond. This gives you intel and maximum mana. This would increase your maximum mana. This would give you more intel, which will give you some more stuff. I do recommend this one too, but I would only recommend either the Ember or the Rejuvenizing. There we go. That wasn't that hard to pronounce. So I would either recommend this one or this one, guys. So either use one of those. Alright, so now that we have our meta sorted out, now we can go right into the gems that I would recommend you guys putting in your red gem slots. Used to be that we would only gem intellect, straight intellect, but that's not how it is anymore. Intel does not give us mana, so we don't gem it anymore. It's still really nice to have on our gear, but I don't like to gem it. So for the red slot, I use the Willful Vermin Onyx. This gives us intellect, but it also gives us PvP resilience. So the intel will give us a little bit of the spell power and stuff like that intel lets us have, but then it also gives us PvP resilience, and PvP resilience is so nice. I love PvP resilience. It makes us less squishy. Resilience. We need PvP resilience in PvP. So this is what I use for the red gem sockets. I use something else for the yellow, so I would not recommend you putting this in the yellow, but this is what I use for the red. I use the Willful Vermin Onyx. It's plus 80 intellect and plus 160 PvP resilience. For the yellows, I go straight PvP resilience. This is plus 320 PvP resilience. And I'm going to check real fast. With all the gems that I have 62% PvP resilience. I have almost 8,000 resilience. I definitely recommend this because the definition that PvP resilience is on our character screen is it provides damage reduction against all damage done by players and their pets or minions. So any damage done by players gets reduced by PvP resilience, so it is super nice to have. That is why for the red I use that Willful, and then for this one I use the Mystic, because it gives us a lot of PvP resilience, and I definitely recommend you gemming PvP resilience, not PvP power for a healer. For other classes, of course, PvP power, but for healers, definitely PvP resilience. For the green gem, I'm gonna have to pull that up because I was retarded and linked the wrong one. Okay, so the green gem I use is the Vivid Wild Jade. I really like this one because it does give us that mix of PvP power and PvP resilience. PvP resilience, of course, is really nice, but a little bit of PvP power is really nice too, because it increases our healing done in PvP zones and outdoor zones. I have almost 12%, so it is, of course, very less than my PvP resilience, but you want that. Yes, you want a little bit of PvP power because it does increase our healing done, but I would definitely recommend going more PvP resilience so that you can survive longer, because you can heal no matter what, but if you get crushed for 100k blows because you don't have enough PvP resilience, that's a problem. But you can heal through it if you have enough damage reduction. So that's why I recommend going more PvP resilience. Alright, so just a quick recap. I use this meta gem, but you could also use this one. You can either use the intellect and maximum mana or the spirit and crit. For red gem sockets, I use the Willful which is Intel and PvP Resilience. For yellow, I use the PvP Resilience yellow gem. And for the green, I use 160 PvP power and 160 PvP resilience. So those are the gems that I use. There's of course different recommendations that you guys can go through. You can do different gems. There are other ways that work, but I find these work the best. They work together very well, and I really like how I have gemmed this season. Alright, so for reforging, overall, what I have done is, if there's no spirit on the item, I will reforge the spirit. If there is haste, but not mastery, I'll reforge the haste into mastery. Basically, I reforge into spirit if there isn't, but if there is spirit, I look at the other minor stats. Like, for instance, this chest piece has spirit, haste, PvP power, PvP resilience. So what I did is I took that haste and I reforged some of it into mastery, because haste and mastery are our two most important things. But if there's crit on the item, I definitely recommend reforging that crit off into something else, whether it be spirit or haste or mastery. Ouch. If there is hold on, I'm trying to find that item that I was just thinking of. Maybe I got rid of it. Yeah, so either the items will be spirit and mastery, spirit and crit, spirit and haste, haste and crit, haste and mastery. So if it's haste and mastery, I recommend going the haste into spirit. If it's spirit and crit, reforge the crit into haste or mastery, depending on which one you need more of. If it's crit and mastery, reforge the crit into spirit. If it's, which one am I missing? Spirit and mastery, reforge the mastery into haste. That's kind of confusing, guys. I will try putting it up on the screen so you guys can see it, but I'm going to recap it just one more time for you guys. For spirit and crit, reforge the crit into haste or mastery. If it's crit and mastery, reforge the crit into spirit or haste. If it's crit and haste, reforge the crit into spirit. If it's haste and spirit, for haste and spirit, I wouldn't reforge unless you needed some mastery. If so, I would reforge the haste into mastery. So basically, you're going to want to compile everything into spirit, haste, and mastery. Whatever one you don't have, put it on the item. If it's crit, automatically that's the one you're going to reforge away. Because crit, it's okay, but it's not my favorite stat. I like haste and mastery a lot more. So that was really confusing, guys. I'm sorry. That's how I reforge. Basically, you just take it away. And for my enchants. Okay. So for my main hand, I use the enchant that's called Jade Spirit, and this was what it does. Chance to increase intel by 1650 when healing or dealing damage with spells. If less than 25% of your mana remains when the effect is triggered, your spirit will also increase by 750. That is by far the best enchant. I recommend that one if you can splurge to get it. If you can't, it's okay, but that is the absolute best one to get. For your shoulder, you have to get that Greater Crane Wing Inscription. It's plus 200 intellect and plus 100 crit. For your back piece, Superior Intellect, which is plus 8 or plus 180 intel. Chest piece, I would definitely go with Super Resilience. It's plus 200 PP Resilience. I love Resilience. Definitely recommend that one. For your hands, I recommend Superior Mastery. It's plus 170 to Mastery. For your belt, there's no enchant, but you put that belt buckle on there, and then I would put in that belt buckle, I would put a Mystic in there. For my legs, you get the Greater Pearlescent Spell Thread. I'm not sure how to pronounce that word. It's plus 285 intel and plus 165 spirit. For your feet, use Pandarian Step. It's plus 140 mastery and minor speed increase. For your rings, if you have enchanting, that is, you use the Greater Intel. If you don't have enchanting, then you won't have any ring enchant there. So, that is how I gem, enchant, and reforge. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please like and thumbs up it. And if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.